Whenever I put on my Atlanta Braves cap, it's because my hair is usually a mess, and it isn't that bad today, but that's really the only reason why I ever do that. But most of the time, when I make a face cam video and my actual gameplay and commentaries, then I'll make sure my hair is as messy as humanly possible, but, you know, not the point of this video. Now, if you, the reason that I use Twitter is because it was to follow the NASCAR stars, NASCAR itself, get instant updates, because most of the time I'd be at work, not knowing how the race is going, so I'd be able to take out my phone, look up NASCAR on Twitter, and they'd say, "Oh my God, Kyle Busch is winning the race, is winning the nationwide race again." And I'd be like, well, great thing I got this, so I can know exactly what I already knew. But anyway, that's the only reason I ever signed up for Twitter, and then I found it as a dumping ground for me to be angry at the Chicago Cubs. Anyway, normally, from what I remember, NASCAR usually sets up the next race like a couple of days before it with their random tweets. And this week, I think they set it up that Dale Jr. is going to win it. And I mean, you can say that like setting up the show, you know, is like a WWE thing. They would set up the show so that it kind of gives you an idea, a hint, you should watch this, it's going to be awesome. And then, but doing so, you kind of expect can kind of anticipate the outcome. And, they, said, let me just look up the tweet so I can stop looking like a fucking stuttering idiot. Oh, and I am a stuttering idiot. Can you remember the last driver to sweep both Daytona races? Holy crap, I still stuttered. Okay, so, and then their next tweet was, looks like you guys are all over it. It was Jimmy Johnson that swept the Daytona 500 and Coke 0400 just last year. Okay, first of all, I'd like to have a rant about the Coke 0400 last year, because that was the worst fucking race I've ever seen. And let me explain to you why I know that Dale Earnhardt Jr. is going to win the Coke 0400 this year. Unless he wrecks, of course. I mean, if he wrecks, then this entire prediction goes away. But if he doesn't wreck, then he wins the race on Saturday. Now, in the 2001 Pepsi 400, as it was called back then, if you're a real NASCAR fan, you know that. Yeah, he won that race after driving through like 15 different cars in the last 20 laps. But if you'll notice, he did that without drafting anyone. Now, last year, in the Coke 0400, Jimmy Johnson was able to stay out in front of the field, basically about a car length away from second place at all times. Something doesn't seem right about that. Because if you watch literally any other race, you know, except for the 500 last year, where Jimmy Johnson did the exact same thing. If you watch any other Daytona race, even Talladega race, you'll see how quickly you get eaten up by the pack if you get even a car length out in front. But for some reason, the 2001 Coke 0400, we'll just call it that for the convenience of it, 2001 Coke 0400 race at Daytona, and both 2013 Daytona races, for some reason, Jimmy Johnson and Dale Jr. had more powerful cars. You could even say dominant cars. A dominant car at Daytona? A dominant car at a track that's known for being a toss-up? I remember watching like Race Day or something for Talladega 2009 when I was really into it, and I was thinking, oh my god, Mark Martin's going to win the championship, dude. And then I remember watching race day for the Talladega race there, and they said they literally had like a Powerball type thingamajig where they pulled the numbers out of the machine and it gave them the top 5. And I think David Reagan was the one who would get first. And you know, that happened in 2012, you know. 12? No, 2013. Wasn't it last year? Was it just last year? Was it just last year? I'm sorry, I have a life. I can't keep track of these things at all times. So yeah, but that's just basically NASCAR's way of saying, hey, you think that you know who's going to win these races? Well, fuck you! Here's the number of reasons why you're wrong as to not knowing how these races are going to end. And then last year happened. And now I know that Dale Jr. is going to win the Coke Zero 400. Well, let me give you the reasons. When Dale Earnhardt Jr. returned the number 3 to the Daytona in, fuck if I know, 2011, let's just say, I think it was anyway, in the Nationwide Series, he won that race. He did it basically by, I'm pretty sure he stayed out front almost the entire race, just like Jimmy Johnson did in Daytona 500 and Coke Zero 400 last year. Now, I think that Jimmy Johnson's vehicle is just literally the most powerful thing that's ever been put together on the face of the planet. Like, ever. And he got this right setup, he's got the right parts, he's got the right everything, he's got the right crew, he's got the right driver. He's got the 5 things that made him a 5-time champion in a row. And that just made him the dominant vehicle at Daytona. Are you kidding me? No! No! Daytona and Talladega, they're the reasons that I take the days off of work just to watch those races. It's where, if you looked at my How to Fix NASCAR video and you scrunched up the pack all together and made it actual fucking racing instead of just buying the best parts to do the best, well, Jimmy Johnson now has the best parts and the best parts. Now he's a dominant car at Daytona. That is not right. No. The 2013 Daytona 500, at least I watched and paid attention to that, and I don't think Jimmy Johnson was out front the entire race, but in 2013's Coke Zero 400, he was out front the entire race. He was out front the entire race. He did what he would do at any other track that didn't have to utilize draft no matter what. That didn't have multi-pack racing, where he would have to be going up and down and up and down and up and down the track and just like up and down and up and down and up and down like you're making it rain. No, you don't have a dominant car at Daytona. That is not how it works. That 2013 Coke Zero 400 race can go fuck itself. It gets the middle finger of the week that I keep forgetting to post, because I'm too lazy to look for something that's pissed me off. I mean, I found plenty of things that pissed me off, as you can plainly see, but nothing new. Except for the Hobby Lobby, but everyone's dissected that already, so I'm thinking just, not going to get any views, not even going to bother. What the hell? And using the fact that Dale Jr. won the 500, and the fact that now that he's doing good again, more Dale Jr. fans have come back to watching NASCAR, he's going to win. He's going to have a dominant car and he's going to win. It's going to look just like last year, and it's going to suck. It's going to be boring as shit. It's going to be the worst Daytona racing that we've seen ever. And Daytona's really the only reason that I still watch NASCAR periodically. Because if I watch one race, then I need to know how the next race goes. And then I get a favorite driver again. And then we're just right back where we started. So yeah, basically this is how I see the race on Saturday going. Dale Jr., he's going to probably qualify towards mid-pack. And he's going to work his way up the field, probably in 20 goddamn laps. and he'll be at the front for the entire race, or he'll hang to the back, get caught in a wreck, and the entire prediction's off. It's unfortunate that I can predict this, because fucking Daytona, people would laugh in your face if you tried to predict the restrictor plate races only mere years ago. But Dale Jr. wins.